Hey everybody, how are you? Chad Thibodeaux here. So glad to have you. I wanted to jump on and do a quick little coaching with you. And one of the questions that I get a lot is, how do I price a product? You know, how do I know what a good price is, what a bad price is, etc. And one of the things that I've been noticing in a lot of the coaching calls that I've been doing recently is the undervaluing of a person. And so when you have a business, like an online business, like like many of us have created a digital marketing business, it's very, very important that the price of your product matches the result and the outcome. But you also have to remember that it's not just a product, especially in the digital marketing world. You're actually producing a result. And so what I want to do is I want to talk to you about a mindset that I think will help you in creating the price point for your product, for your business, or whatever. And I want you to think about it. Now, many of you know, if you've been around my teaching a while, you know that I try to push many of you to create a high ticket item. Okay, I think in your value proposition that you have to think high. And I want to talk with you about this mindset. And I brought some props with me today that I thought I would be able to use in my teaching. But I want to give you some logic first, and I love some input on this. The logic is I live in North America. I live in the United States of America. It's a capitalistic society, and the corporate world teaches us that you start at the bottom and you work your way up. In fact, so much so that we've created an entire system where you go to high school, you graduate, you go to college, you graduate, perhaps many of you go get your master's degree, and then you graduate, and then you enter the work field, and you enter at the bottom. And if you work hard enough, make good enough decisions, and have a good enough work ethic, and have enough talent, then you can work your way up that corporate ladder to where one day you may be able to hit management or some kind of executive position. Shoot, the American dream is you can even be the CEO or even president if you want to be. But most of us in our capitalistic society, we have to come in and we have to start at the bottom and work our way up. And so what happens is when we leave the 9-to-5 corporate world and we move into becoming an entrepreneur or solopreneur or a mamapreneur, or I see Vicky's on, a Grammypreneur, then many of us unfortunately take that same mindset and we bring it into this world, into this environment, where we feel like we have to start at the bottom and we have to work our way up to the chain. And one day I may be good enough, or I may be an expert enough, or I may have a good enough product that I could charge a lot of money for. But at the beginning, I got to charge a little bit of money, and I have to keep my rates really inexpensive because I'm not an expert. And I want to see if I can debunk that myth, and then I'm going to use some products. And you're probably wondering, what does hair gel, deodorant, and screen cleaner have to do with anything? These are the products that I'm going to use to be able to help you figure out how to price. But think about this. Let me debunk the myth of having to start from the bottom. Why in the world would you bring the corporate world mindset into the entrepreneurial world when you're trying to escape the corporate world? So don't bring the same pathology into the entrepreneurial, solopreneur world that you had in the corporate world. Why do you have to start at the bottom and work your way up in the entrepreneurial world? Why? Who said? Who wrote the book on that? Okay, you're leaving corporate America and starting your own business so you can get rid of all the norms, and you can get rid of all the rules, and you can get rid of all the baggage that's held you back. Why in the world? Why start at the bottom and work your way up? You are an expert right here and right now, and I'm going to prove it to you, and then I'm going to show you some products and how to price things. Okay, somewhere along the line you had a job, a job, and those people paid you a particular amount of money, okay, to do a particular job, so they thought that you were an expert at something. So let's say that they paid you $50,000. They thought you were an expert enough to write a check for 50 grand. So if somebody in the entrepreneur world, if you have a product that you charge 25 grand for, okay, which is a lot of money, they're still getting you for pennies on the dollar compared to what somebody else paid for you at another time in corporate America, okay? So I want you to think about right now that you've got to get rid of the limiting belief that says you are not an expert, you are not worthy of charging a lot of money, because you are an expert and you are worthy of charging it. Now, I do an entire training on this somewhere else, so I'm not going to spend all my time on it, but I am going to bullet point and highlight the pieces. All you have to do to be able to create a high ticket item is you have got to be able to put some time that goes along with that product. Okay, so you can have a product that's worth so much money, but they're also going to get your time and your knowledge and your expertise and your hand holding. So that's going to raise the price significantly. That's how you create a high ticket item. And it's easier for you to sell a high ticket item than it is for you to sell a medium priced item. Let me tell you why. If you have a $97 product, you have to be an expert in order to sell a $97 product, because a $97 product is designed to go out to the masses. But a high ticket item, you don't need the masses. You only need 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 or 12 people in an entire year. Let me see if I can make this happen for you. If you have a $10,000 product and you're trying to make $100,000 a year, you only have to sell 10 of those over the course of 12 months in order for you to make 6 figures. But if you have a $97 product and you're trying to make 6 figures, you have to sell 1,000 of those in order to make 6 figures. So my question is, what's easier, to sell 10 of something or to sell 1,000 of something? Well, obviously it's easier to sell 10 of something. And if I was to tell you that you were going to work 40 hours a week, okay, for the next 60 to 90 days, and your only goal is to sell 10 of your high ticket item, could you do it? And chances are all of us could do that. So I want you to debunk the myth right away that you can't do that, because you can, and you need to start at a high ticket. Now, you say, Chad, I've got some high ticket items, I've got some normal ticket items. How do I know what to price and how to price? And I think the best way that I can do that is explain it to you in this. And I need some feedback with you guys from the room. So I've got this. This is a little mini travel size degree deodorant. This has 3 uses in it, okay? How much did I pay? And Korea's on here because I just did this little thing with her a while ago. How much did I pay for this little bitty piece of deodorant? Okay, so tell me, take a guess. What did I pay for this little travel size deodorant? Okay, so put it in, and Korea, no cheating. Put it in the comments. How much do you think that I paid for this? And I'm going to go and I'm going to check all the rooms. I want to welcome everybody in our Design Academy. I want to welcome everybody in our Launch Fuel Academy. How much money did I pay for this piece right here? Jamie Lee says 99 cents. Okay, who else? Who else wants to venture a guess on how much money I paid for this little degree deodorant? Okay, I got one person that says 99 cents. Remember, you can be an expert, you can have a high ticket, but what if you don't? What if you have other pieces? What are you going to pay? So what did I pay for this? I only got one guess so far, 99. Victoria says $1.99. Well, I'm going to let the cat out of the bag here. I paid $7.20 for this. $7.20, yes, I paid $7.20 for this, because when I went through security, they took my regular bottle of deodorant because it was too big, and they threw it away. And I forgot to put deodorant on this that morning. It's when I was on my way to Germany. I forgot to put deodorant on, and so I was in the airport, and they had a little bitty 7-Eleven in the airport, and I went in there, and this was the only deodorant that they had in the entire airport, and it was $7.20, and I paid, and I only got 3 uses out of it. But I didn't want to sit on a plane stinking. That would have been gross and disgusting and nasty. And I didn't want to get off a 20-hour flight and have the person greeting me think I stunk and, I hadn't showered in weeks. So I was willing to pay $7.20 for this because it was something that I needed. Now, this was rare. The reason why they could charge so much money was because it was a rare commodity that many people needed. So rare commodities that many people need, you can price that up and you can charge a premium. So this is going to represent our premium item. Now, here's this. This is good old-fashioned screen cleaner, okay? How many of you have ever seen screen cleaner? You can buy this, and you can use this to clean the screen on your computer or on your TV or on your iPhone or whatever. How much money did I pay for this? Okay, let's venture a guess. How much money did I pay for this? So I paid $7.20 for this. How much money did I pay for this? And this is important that you participate. I'm going somewhere. There's a participatory coaching lesson today. But what do you think I paid for that? Somebody venture a guess. Throw in the chat room how much money you think I paid for this particular product right here. Belladonna says $1.99. I'm assuming that was talking about the deodorant. What do you think I paid? What do you think I paid for the screen cleaner? Okay, somebody take a guess. I can see you guys Googling this right now. Jamie Lee says $2.99. Okay, Bridget Edwards says $3.50. I've got a $5.99. Okay, so I paid $5 for this. Olga says $4. Yeah, I paid $5 for the screen cleaner. Now, Chad, why are you telling me that? The reason is because $5 is about what you would expect for someone to pay for this. This is just normal, everyday, average product. And so you can get it at any store. Many people need it, but it's not rare. It's not premium. It's just average, so you can charge an average price. Many of you have products that aren't rare. They're just average. They fulfill a need, but people can get that product lots of other places, so you have to charge an average price for that, okay? Now, one more product. This is hair gel. Now, I don't have a whole lot of hair, okay, but how much money do you think I paid for this? Now, I'll give you a little clue on this, okay? I bought this 3 years ago, and I use a little bit every day. I've had this for 3 years. It's probably sour right now. That's probably why my hair stinks so much. But I use this. But let me show you, open it up, and I want you to see that I've used it for 3 years, and I still have half a bottle left, okay? So this product represents longevity, okay? So it's something that I need, but it's something that can last me for a long time. So it's got longevity. Victoria says $25. I actually paid 37 bucks for that, okay? I paid $37 for this, and I've gotten 3 years use out of it. So if your product is going to be able to last them a long time, so let's say that you create a funnel or whatever, and they can use that funnel in their business, and it will last a long time, so they don't have to go and replace that product multiple times. You can charge a higher ticket item. So here's my concept on this. My concept is when you're coming time to create products and you're going to begin selling those products, if you have something like this, which is a premium item, okay, like I was in the airport, I was on my way to Germany, I didn't want to stink. This is the only deodorant in the entire airport that I could get my hands on before I missed my plane. You'll pay a lot of money. So what I want you to think about when it comes time to building your business and building your expertise is if you can prove that you are really good at what you do, and you have endorsements and you have social proof and you are rare, okay? So in other words, they can't just go and get this product, you know, everywhere, okay? It's not this, okay? Then you can charge a high amount of money. But here's what I'm seeing a lot of you do. What I'm seeing a lot of you do is you guys do really good work. Let's say you're doing Facebook ads and you're doing really good Facebook ads, better than most people. You are actually doing this work, but you're charging this type of money. You're doing expertise work and providing expertise value, but you're charging average dollar. And there's a couple reasons why you do that. Number one is because A, you may not know better. Number two, or B, you may not think that you are worth it, so you have a limiting belief that, well, I wouldn't pay that, so why would somebody else pay that? Okay. Number three, is that you just are desperate for money and you're going to give your best product for just a little bit of money because you need some cash flow, okay? But you have to really realize what you're doing. When you do that, you are really doing yourself a huge disservice and you're doing your potential client a huge disservice as well. And let me tell you why. The reason is because if you charge a premium price for your product, and it's worth it. Now listen, there's a bunch of scam artists out there in our industry that are charging premium prices, but they're doing average work, okay? That's called a scam. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. But if you're doing premium work, like you're really good at what you do, okay? So I am a ClickFunnels top 30 designer, okay? My funnels look really, really, really good. And it's not because I said that, it's because tons of people have said that, and experts in the industry have said that, and Russell Brunson himself said that, and he endorsed me enough to make me a top 30 designer. So I used to charge average prices for my funnels. Now I charge premium prices for my funnels. Why? Because I know that I'm going to do premium work. Now, how do you know whether you have a premium product or not? And once again, I'm going to bring my 3 little handy-dandy tools, and I'm going to bring them, and I'm going to use them as my example, okay? So we're going to let this be our client, okay? This is our client, okay? This is Joe. We're going to call him Joe, okay? Or this is Jane. Joe and Jane, okay? And Joe and Jane have got a problem, okay? And let's say that their problem is that they're trying to create a business and they need a funnel, okay? They need a sales and marketing funnel. So that's their problem. So in order to solve their problem, they went and they bought ClickFunnels, or they bought Infusionsoft, or they bought Builderall, or they bought Lead Pages, or they bought something, and they bought into the fallacy that if all they got was that product and they paid the money, that all their problems were going to be solved. And what they found out was, nope, now I got another problem. Now I still don't have a funnel that works for my business, but now I'm paying $97 a month for ClickFunnels, and because somebody told me that it would work, so now I got two problems, okay? So you're in the industry of problem solving. So what you need to do as a service provider, right here, you're the service provider, is if you can come in and you can tell Joe and you can tell Jane what their problem is. Okay, something happens. And I did this morning 2 times on a coaching call where I had somebody on and I began reading their survey, began talking with them, and I immediately told them exactly what was going on in their life and what their problem was, and you could see their eyes open up. You could see like, oh my gosh, this guy gets me. Well, when you can tell somebody what their problem is, okay, without them having to tell you, because you know the situation because you're an expert at it, what that does is, let me give you an example. So let's say that I was talking with somebody about a lack of finances in their life, okay? And I was be able to look at them and say, listen, this lack of finances in your life is causing you a lot of stress. It's probably putting stress on your relationships. It's probably causing you self-worth issues. You probably have a lot of doubt about things. You being a female, security is really high, and so now you don't have a lot of security, so your anxiety is high and your security is low. It's causing all kinds of issues, whereas if you just simply had money, all of that would reverse and things would go away. If I could tell somebody that that was their problem and that truly was their problem, their eyes would illuminate and they would be like, wow, they would lean in, they would listen to me, then they automatically would validate me as an expert, and all of their questions about me go away. So in other words, they're not going to go do Google searches, or they're not going to want social proof. They're not going to want 28 testimonies. They're not going to want money back guarantees. Why? Because I have already demonstrated that I am an expert. So when you have a person with a problem and you can tell them what their problem is without them saying it, and then you can tell them how it's manifested in their life through pain, if you can tell them that, you can begin the process of charging premium dollars, okay? So Joe and Jane have got a problem. They need a funnel for their business. They don't have a funnel for their business. They went and they bought what they thought the solution was. The solution didn't solve it. The solution actually created more problems for them, and I can come in and I can tell them that. Now, where can I charge premium money? Well, on the other side, okay, what they want is they want an outcome. So here you come. You are the service provider. You provide a solution to Joe and Jane's problem, okay? Now, what most of us do, and this is why we can't charge a lot of money, is most of us talk about us, how good I am, how good my product is, how good my service is, how I got this accolade and that accolade. Let me show you this social proof and that social proof. And it's all about me. What do we call that? We call that ego marketing. When you have ego marketing, where you as a service provider simply talk about you and what you do and how good you are, that's ego marketing, you're not solving any problems for Joe and Jane. What you're doing is you're just simply putting a product out there, and Joe and Jane have got to decipher whether you're worth it or not, or whether you're just going to be another bust, like when they bought ClickFunnels and they didn't know how to use ClickFunnels, and now they got no funnel on their hand, and now they're paying $97. They're going to lump you into that category. Is this person worth it or not? So is there a better way? Yes, there is. What's the better way? Remember, you're in the middle. I've only got 2 hands, so there's an imaginary you right here. When Joe and Jane purchase you or your services, okay, on the other side of you is their solution, okay? And you can make a lot of money with your business if you can explain to Joe and Jane what's going to happen to Joe and Jane after they hire you, okay? So don't talk about you and how good you are. Talk about how great their life is going to be after they get done with you. So I do coaching, okay? So I do one-on-one coaching. So in my coaching business, I've got 7 outcomes that are going to happen if you do my coaching business. So what I do is I talk about, hey, listen, when you get through with this, you're going to have a value proposition. You're going to have a value ladder. We're going to be able to help you create multiple streams of income out of one product. You're going to have such clarity on your product and on your business that we're going to be able to have a customer avatar. So you're going to know who you work with, and you're going to be able to drill down. You're going to narrow that focus so much that you can charge a premium now for your product. Okay, we're going to have all your content figured out. We're going to have your funnel figured out. So I tell them the 7 things that they get if they hire me as a coach. So what I've done is I've already talked to them about their problem, so they know what their problem is, okay? I've introduced myself to them, but I do very little talking about me, and I do a whole lot of talking about them and about what their life is going to look like after my coaching, okay? So if I can get these two things right, I can charge a lot of money. So people pay a lot of money. One, when you understand their problem and their pain and what they're going through, they will establish you as an expert. Okay? But two, when you can give them hope, that says, listen, after me, this is what it's going to look like. You're going to get A, B, C, D, and E. Okay? And they believe that their problem is solved. They will spend significant amount of money with you. Why? Because they want this. And if you can truly provide this, they will pay almost anything to get that. Okay? Now, if you tell them, if you talk about this and you promise this, but you only deliver average, you're going to get negative feedback, and you're only going to get to do that once or twice. And then you're going to be labeled a scam. People are going to talk about you in all the places, and it's going to be gone. But if you can tell them about their problem, and you can deliver this, and you can deliver the goods, and they get not just what they thought they were going to get, but they get even more, these people will make you a freaking hero everywhere. Okay, everywhere. People ask often about, like, Chad, tell me about your business plan or whatever. Tell me about your marketing strategy or whatever. And I said, you know what my best marketing strategy is I tell people what their problem is. Okay, I introduce myself to them, and then I give them this, and they go out and they broadcast my name and my skills everywhere. That's my marketing strategy. My marketing strategy is to do one heck of a job so people are so impressed with what they get, they can't help but open their mouth. And when they open their mouth, people come to me. I don't have to go to them. Okay, people then come to me. And so your best marketing strategy is understanding your avatar, what their problem is, and then being able to vocalize what their life is going to look like after you, and then deliver the goods, and then ask them for a testimonial, and they're going to broadcast it out to the world. I was privileged last night that Dan Henry, okay, Dan's got a huge following, several 100,000 people online. He's sort of a irreverent dude, okay, but I was privileged last night when I went on to Facebook. I went on there, and lo and behold, there was a video of Dan Henry in a tank top, okay, late at night in his home in Florida, okay, and he goes, hey, man, I want to give a shout out to my boy Chad. And he tried to say my last name, and he didn't know how to say my last name. It was really funny. We had a good kick out of that. But he went on, and he talked about how blown away he was about a service that I provided him. And he actually took his cell phone, showed everybody the product, showed the service, and then actually opened up my Facebook page and said, if you don't know who this guy is, let me show you. Zoomed in, showed my picture, showed my family, showed my entire Facebook page, and then encouraged everybody to go out and hire me. And I woke up this morning with a slew of friend requests and a slew of people wanting to know more information about me. Well, what did I do? Was I told Dan his problem, okay, about what, Dan, you got a superior product, but you got it on an average funnel, okay? And then so I told him what some of his issues were, and then I told him what I could provide for him and showed him some samples, showed him some examples, and he's like, dude, I want that. I want that right there. So we negotiated, we figured something out, and I delivered that. But I not only delivered that, I delivered a little bit more than that. And what did he do? He went out and he told the world about it. That's how you can charge a premium rate. So if you want to charge a premium rate, you provide a premium service. Now, you say, Chad, but I'm just average. Well, you know what? I'm average. I'm just an everyday, ordinary, average guy. That's it. There's nothing special about me. There's nothing fancy about me. I think if there was anything that set me apart from maybe some other folks online is one, I really, really care about people. Okay, not that everybody doesn't care about people, but I care about people over profit. Okay, I do. I will help you whether it makes me money or not. Okay, I just will. Because I want you to benefit, okay? And the reputation that I'm getting online is if you do a 15-minute call with me, an hour and 20 minutes later, I'm still going to be on the phone with you trying to figure stuff out because I want to over-deliver because I do care about people over profit. So that does set me apart. But everything else, guys, I'm a logical guy. I can just sort of see some things, but I'm just an everyday, ordinary, average guy that loves to help people. But I try to over-deliver, and because I can over-deliver, I can charge a premium price. Now, premium price to me is not premium price to everybody, okay? So premium price. Almost everybody out there that is an expert or a guru charges way more money than I do. Some people charge 2 to 3 times. Some people charge 10 times more money than I do. Okay, but the amount of money that I charge is a lot of money to you. Therefore, it's a lot of money to me. Okay, and I don't try to gouge you. I don't try to hurt you, but I know that I've got to charge a premium rate if I'm going to do a premium product. Now, if I provide a $10,000 funnel for you, but I only charge you $1,000, I've done both of us a disservice. One, because you're not going to appreciate it. Let me give you an example. I have a client right now that he's more of a partner than he's a client, who, you know, there's a phrase in the Bible that says every man is honored everywhere but his hometown. Okay, and this guy that I do a service for, we get incredible results for him. Okay, we have in his funnel, we've been able to do about $120,000 in revenue, and we've only spent $6,300 in advertising. Okay, so we spent $6,300 and we made $120,000. Okay, how many of you would say, "Wow, that was a really good deal"? I would do that all day, right? You spend $6,000 and you get $120,000. Yeah, sign me up. We would do that all day, right? Well, this guy is like, "Chad, we spent $6,000. We should have gotten $1 million already." And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, dude, do you have any idea how good of a product you have right now? What all we've done? I mean, your videos are top notch. Your funnel is the envy of the world. Your $6,000 spend, your $120,000 return, like everybody's crushing it. You know, you're getting huge. Like he gets 40 people on a webinar and he sells 21. He sells 21. You know, I'm like, dude, you're like. It's amazing, you know, it's amazing what you're doing, but he doesn't value it. Why? Because I charged him very, 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 very little money for it. And what I did, because I charged very, very little money for it, he sees me as status quo and he sees me as average because I charged him status quo and average rates. Whereas if I would have charged him premium dollars for that, and then I produce those kind of results, he would be ecstatic. And so that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing some of you who have charged premium dollars for, when I produce good results, you are blown away and you just can't help but tell the world. But when I charge average rates and I produce premium results, you aren't too excited about it. It's just sort of what you expect. Now, one last thing on this. When you charge average rates and you do premium work, you have created for yourself a boss, where they will dictate to you, they will try to guide you, they will try to lead you, they will try to run the show, and you basically are the puppet that they're sort of dragging along on the screen. Why? Because you're doing premium work for average price, they got you. But when you can do premium work and do premium price, and the world says that you're really good at what you do, you can then reverse the roles, and now you are the expert. Okay, you're the expert. And so you're the teacher and they are the student, and they are looking and they don't want to disappoint you. And so what I find now is my coaching clients don't want to disappoint me. So when I give them homework to do, they go out and bust their tail and they make sure it gets done because they don't want to mess it up. Okay, that's what happens. When you can charge premium prices and you can produce premium results, your client then stays in their lane. They do what they can do, and then they allow you to do what you can do, and they don't micromanage you. It's actually the opposite way around. You can actually charge a lot of money and then put a lot of responsibility on them, and they feel obligated to do it. One, because they paid you a lot of money, and two, because you are the expert. And so you got to be able to do that. So what are you worth? What are you worth? Okay? You are worth the amount of money of the result that you can produce. Okay, if you can produce a $10,000 result, then you charge $10,000. If you can produce a $1,000 result, then you charge $1,000. So how do you figure that out? You understand your avatar, you understand your target audience, you know what their problem is, you know how that problem has been agitated in their life, okay, and you speak that to them. You speak their problem to them. Then you introduce yourself. Not as an egotistical maniac, like, look at me, look how good I am. Woo-hoo-hoo. I was laughing with somebody because, well, I won't tell you that story because it's not relevant. But so what you do is you introduce yourself just so you can get back to them. Hi, everybody. I'm Chad Thibodeaux. I'm a business strategist, and I'm a business expert and launch strategist. And you know, I've been doing this for 3.5 years, and I do it because I want to help people change the world. And just like you, I had a problem. and see it, and immediately turn it back to them. See, I take the focus off of me, and I put the focus back on them. And then I begin telling them what the solution to their problem is and what I can deliver for them and how it's going to make their life simpler and easier and better. And if I do that, it's all about them, and people can pay money and I can raise my rates for that. So what are you worth? Well, it depends. Do you have an average product? And are you average at what you do? Then charge an average price and be honest about that, okay? Be honest about that. And let me tell you about average, okay? There's nothing wrong with average, because when you charge premium rates, the amount of clients that you can go after diminishes greatly. It diminishes greatly. But you don't need too many because you're charging a lot of money, so you can still make 6 figures. If you're charging 10 grand, you only need 10 clients, whereas if you're charging 97 bucks, you need 1,000 clients. So premium rates have a rarefied small amount of potential clients. Average, you have a ton. Oh my goodness. There are a lot more people who can pay you 97 bucks than can pay you 9,997 bucks. So if you're average and you produce an average product with an average result, you have a much larger audience that you can target and you can go after, and your lead flow is much greater than when you have a premium product. So if you're average, you get an average product, produce an average result, charge an average price. Do not apologize about it. That's who you are. That's where you are. That's what you do. And you can get tons and tons and tons and tons of people to buy your product. Go for it, do it, and do it with your head held high. That's who you are. There's nothing wrong with that. But if your average product will solve a problem that can last with them for a while, okay, like remember the hair gel? They can have that product for a year or two and they don't have to replace you, consider doubling your rates. Okay, consider doubling your rates because you've given them longevity, and that's what you want. So what am I worth? Are you worth premium? Charge a premium rate. How do I figure out what premium rate is? What you do is you go and you find 2 or 3 or 4 of your competitors, find out what they charge just a little bit less than them. If you're better than them, charge a little bit more than them, okay? If you're average, find out if you're average. If you're average, go find out what is the average price for what you're doing. Charge that plus a little bit more or a little bit less depending on what you want to do, okay? If you have longevity, this is the one that's going to be hard to price. If you have longevity, take the average price and double it. Okay, take the average price and double it and sell yourself on, yes, it's more money, but you're not going to have to pay for that for an awful long time. This is how Kia does it, right? Kia charges a lot of money for their cars, but they sell you on this 10-year warranty. Yeah, but you have a 10-year warranty. You don't have to pay for any repairs for 10 years, so you pay a little bit more money for their car, so you have less of a headache for a longer period of time, so you can do that. So, hey, I hope that helped you. What kind of questions do you have? Do you have any questions for me that I can help you with before we go on? I hope you enjoy these. Trainings. I love doing it when I get ideas and concepts in my head. I love bringing them. I love bringing them to you. So I hope that you benefit. You benefit greatly. You benefit greatly from these. So what kind of questions do you have? Well, lots of things here. Oh, Jerry says, P.S. Note 8. I asked a question about my phone here that I have. It's on its last leg, and I'm going to be upgrading my phone. And so I went and looked at the iPhone X the other day, and it's a little spendy. I'm trying to figure that out. And so I asked the question, iPhone X or Samsung, and there's this huge conversation going on in the ClickFunnels room as far as what I can do. So thank you for doing that. Dave asked, will you be teaching us to create an amazing membership site like Dan's? Dave, in the ClickFunnels Design Academy, I will be teaching you that. I will tell you here in a couple of days you can actually purchase that. I'm actually putting an entire funnel together. It's an incredible funnel. I can't believe I'm doing this for as little money. But what I'm going to do is going to have an opt-in. It's going to have a full-blown sales page for your membership program. It's going to have an order form, 2 upsells, 1 downsell. It's going to have an order confirmation page. It's going to have the brand new deluxe version of this membership site. It's incredible. It's going to be available to you with all the bells and whistles, and I think I'm going to sell it for like $197 or $297, something like that, just to get it out there. And the top 30 designers are going to get mad at me for doing that because it's easily worth $1,000. But I want to make it available to the masses. Why? Because I'm going to offer them coaching on the back end of it. So I got a high ticket on the back. So, but yeah, we will be making that. We will be making that available. Any other questions before I get out of here? I know that there's a 7 to 10-second delay with Facebook, so I'll wait a few seconds to see if anybody puts something on there. But hey, I hope this made a lot of sense to you. This just sort of came to me this morning as I was doing this. I'm like, oh, I shared this with one of my coaching clients today. Like, I've got to share this. I got to share this with the masses. So hope that was beneficial to you. Hopefully it was helpful to you. Who are you? Are you premium? Are you average? Or are you longevity? Whichever one you are, produce it, and then sell what you're worth. And don't forget, don't undersell yourself, because if you undersell yourself, if you undersell yourself, then you're going to do yourself a disservice. You're going to create a boss. God bless you guys. Love you, Jerry. I'll answer your question offline here in a minute. Have a great day. Bye-bye.